stamping family, and welcome to today's video tutorial. Today is going to be a takeoff of a project that I saw in an upcoming catalog. I took it and transformed it into a card and, of course, changed it up quite a bit in some other ways too. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Let me show you how we're going to make this. We're going to start with all of our stamping. This is just an extra piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm using the Tape It stamp set. We're going to use quite a few stamp sets. And chocolate chip ink, and I'm just going to stamp this. And then you get this fabulous piece here. Then you want to take your scissors and cut it down to this. Okay, and don't worry about the top part. We're going to trim that off after we get our spacing. But that is step one. Then the next thing we're going to do is on a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and this cardstock is going to be 4 3/4 by 3 inches. We're going to use the Wild Wasabi ink, and this stamp comes from the Gorgeous Grunge stamp set. So we're going to ink this up. We're just going to stamp it along this left-hand side. And you can tell I've already turned this into a pennant, just cutting up the middle there. And I don't care that I didn't get full coverage. I didn't ink it up well on purpose. Alright, then the next thing we're going to do is stamp down here in this section. So we're going to use 2 different stamp sets. The first one's going to be Gorgeous Grunge and Calypso Coral ink. And I'm going to stamp it onto my scratch paper. Take off kind of that first coat of ink. That way we just have a little bit muted layer of that Calypso Coral. Then I'm going to bring in my Stamp-A-Majig, and we're using the Really Good Greeting stamp set, and I'm doing the Finally a Day. That stamps it out of there. Now this time I do want to get really good coverage, and it's that Wild Wasabi ink again. Okay, so we've got that, and now we're ready to do some assembling. So actually, before we can do any assembling, we need to do some punching. So I've got a strip. This piece is just 3/4 of an inch by 2 inches. This is from the IME pattern paper from Stampin' Up! And I'm just using the hexagon punch to get that little chevron right there. Then the next thing we want to do is use our chevron border punch along this side right here. And I'm just sliding it in as far as it'll go and punch. So we've got that right there, and some pieces you can use for something else if you want, or just get rid of them. So the first piece I'm going to lay this on top of is a piece of Calypso Coral that's going to be 3 1/4 by 5 inches. I'm just going to butt that up to the top so our pennant show like that. And then we need to go ahead and lay our pattern paper and our stamped paper on here. So I'm just going to hang this pennant like so, and then this one like so. And then you just grab your snips and trim off the excess. Okay, we've got one more layer to put behind here, and it's going to be some of that burlap ribbon. So all I did was chevron out a piece of it, just like I did the little tag. Just grab your snips. You don't need much. And then I prefer to use mini glue dots for all my adhesive. I'm going to use 2 on here because it's a really big ribbon. And just press that down. Now we're ready to add our ribbon, so I'm going to grab some Wild Wasabi ribbon. Couple more glue dots. Just wrap this around and secure it to the back side. Then we can take this entire layer and put it onto our card base, which is Whisper White 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches, scored at 5 1/2. And I'm using dimensionals to put this on the front of our card. One more accent and this card is done. We're going to grab the 10-second bow maker and some more of that Wild Wasabi ribbon. We're going to do a double loop bow. And when you get the 10-second bow maker, it comes with all the videos teaching you how to do all these cool bows. So you get to log in and you'll have access to them. Okay, so I'm just going to tighten that up. And I love that now this bow is not going to come untied. Give it a trim. Another mini glue dot. And just like that, our cute little card is done. So I hope you enjoy this. video tutorial. Like I said, it's my knockoff of another project that I saw because I wanted to turn it into a greeting card. Thank you so much for being a Stamping Family member. All of your printables with your supplies and dimensions are listed below this video on the website, and I will see you on the next video tutorial. Have a great day.